We've got something a bit different today. Daron A380 with the Airbus livery. Yeah, I got it off of Amazon with a gift card from a study that I participated in. Always got to look out for those studies that you can participate in, just so you can, get some stuff. Also came with the South Korean flag that's in one of my drawers. So we're going to review this A380 today. I used to have a Daron A380, but the thing is that it was the older ones, the older Daron models, which I have one here, for an example, has stickers on it. See, you could see the line where the sticker is. But the newer ones, like the Swiss A340, don't have stickers on them, focus. See, it doesn't have stickers on it. Same with this Air Canada 777. And this one, and this one are not Daron, but this one, this guy, and then this FedEx one back here is an older model with the stickers are Daron. So I'm just gonna quickly open this with a safety pin. That's a good hack when you're trying to open something that's taped shut. Just grab like a pin, stick it in the middle of the tape, and then just pull it back and forth. So box can go away. So I'm just putting this away right now. I'm just sort of collapsing the box to put it away. There we go, putting that away. Yeah. Funny how Daron also has a social media page. It's just at Daron Planes. So that's kind of interesting. Fucking Christ. Just dropped my Swiss A340. Sorry, little guy. So, thing about Daron Planes that really grinds my gears. It's got these like little bands here that are down there. These little bands. These little bands here that are like elastics, but not really elastics. But what I do for that is if I don't have any sort of knife or anything, is I line up one of these pegs here, line up one of the pegs with the hole. And it works most of the time. Sometimes you have to really get an angle on it. So you can see that it's already lined up. And we push it in. Push it in. And that's one released. That's one released. But with this, I could... no, I'm not going to. But once it's loose enough, once you can tilt the plane as if it's taking off, tilt the nose up, you can get the other one out no problem. See? No cutting required to get it out. So that's the life hack for that one. So this is obviously, just by feeling it, this one has no stickers on it whatsoever, which is great. Again, the top bit right here, from here you could see the line from there all the way back to right here is metal, and then the rest is all plastic. Daron makes really good models, except like back in the day where they had this. I remember the A380s that they used to make. They were a lot smaller, but this is bigger. Wow. Okay. That's something that I wasn't expecting. Excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be big. But the thing about Daron aircraft back in the day is that I have an old 737 here that I repainted to look like a P-8 Poseidon. The thing is with the older jets, the older models, is that their horizontal stabilizers have a tendency to break. So when I noticed this pattern, I would grab the nearest set of model glue, and I would just tape it no, not tape it, glue it. Glue it so it wouldn't go anywhere. Some of the models that I do recommend that don't have the stickers on them, except for the tail, is the UPS 747. That one has only stickers here. You can see the shade right there. It's black with background instead of the brown. Yeah, this one doesn't have anything in the way of like stickers or anything. But the Pan Am one does. It's all along here, all the windows and such, as well as the tail. Also, I don't know if you've followed the news lately, but Pan Am is back. Pan Am is back. So that means I could probably fly on Pan Am soon. But there's another one that has some stickers on it. Air Force One. This is the newer model that the windows in the United States of America part and some of the roundels on the fuselage are just stamped on. They're not stickers. But on the tail, the stuff on the tail, the presidential seal, and the U.S. Air Force and American roundel on the wing are stickers, which is one thing that kind of gets me upset. But put down in the comments, should I rip off the U.S. president seal because of who's in office right now? But yeah, I've also got this is an older 737, but I just put like a little U.S. Air Force U.S. military roundel there. This one's an Alaska one that I got a few years ago for my birthday. On the engine and all the stuff on the fuselage and the tail, it's all a sticker. So that means I could take it off and turn it into a cargo plane or something. Which I don't like that they use the stickers, but I mean, nowadays with it being better, I mean, my auntie was in Japan years ago. She got me this guy, Japan Airlines 787, and I was surprised that the windows and the logos weren't stickers. I was like, how is this possible? But apparently they're smart. The Japanese dudes are smart at making stuff. No stickers, stickers. Japan, North America, and well, actually, North America. Well, Europe has different ones. European airports actually they don't even carry Daron aircraft at all. Period. They carry a company called Welly, which I got a Transavia 737-800 and a Orange Pride KLM 777-200 from Amsterdam when I was there a couple years ago. So with that, Welly is good. Welly's really good. I recommend it. It's super realistic. I mean, like, I'll just roughly compare it for you. I'm just gonna move this Pan Am guy somewhere. So I'm just gonna compare the 777s. Look at this one. Look at the detail on it. It is very good detail. It is super realistic comparing to, I mean, look at that head on. And then look at that head on. This thing is more thick. This thing's more chunky. But this one is more of a display piece. Now, if we go over to the 737 that I have, there was a choice between either Ryanair or Transavia. I thought, I never really heard of Transavia. I think it's from like Transylvania or something. But I was completely wrong. It's from the Netherlands. So I'm just grabbing a different 737. This is a Caribbean one. Look at them. Look at this one. This one right here is thicker and looks more like a wide body. And it doesn't have your standard 737 nose. It's still wider and flatter. Comparing it to this guy, this Welly one, that is very realistic. See? It's super realistic. Comparing it to this guy, this Caribbean 737-800. Look at the nose. It's more flatter and wider comparing it to the more realistic one. And look at the wings. Look at the wings. They're more realistic. So, yeah, they're more realistic. Mind you, the gear on this one is more realistic than this one. but on the Welly 777, it's not as realistic with the number of tires. But for some weird reason, it looks weird head on. For some reason, I don't know why, but I commend Welly for being very realistic about it. I think that Welly is the absolute way to go, and I think if it goes well, Welly will buy out Daron, and they will remake all of their models and refine them. Even this MD-11 from UPS, I got that one in Calgary on my way to Europe. I saw it in a post or something like that a while back, and I was like, oh, there's an MD-11. Oh boy, I'm getting that. Because nowadays DC-10s don't fly, unless if it's like with FedEx or some niche airline out in the middle of nowhere, in like the Middle East or something. They don't fly. Passengers. Closest thing you find is an MD-11. But it is like, the details on it is super realistic. Comparing it to... Yeah, it says date of manufacture. November 2022. Lot number 26850. That's what it says on the wing there. And they're roughly about the same price. They're about like 30-ish bucks. But on Amazon, you can find them for cheaper sometimes. I'm just putting away some of the aircraft here. But I'm going to put this guy in there. And see here, with this one, when I got it, this on the engine here, it's not a sticker. The tail has a sticker. All the way along the fuselage, there was a sticker. You could see remnants of the sticky bit there. And I clearly cut it off where the FedEx logo is. If you focus, cut it off where the FedEx logo is right there, because it was like all the way along the fuselage, and just I was like, okay, this is a waste of sticker, so I just cut it. So yeah, that's what I did with that one. And as you can see, the thing I don't like about these Daron models is that, look, the corners love to peel. The corners love to peel, and it's atrocious. I've even noticed that when I was little, when I had the first like 737-600 that I got from WestJet. That was a problem for me. So I just ended up peeling off the stickers and stuff like that. This A380 is bigger than I remember, which I find very interesting. It's very big, which I find it's interesting. So it's a really big model, actually. It's pretty big. It's pretty substantial. Even the wings are huge. Like, I'm just going to grab a jet to compare. So I'm going to grab a Matchbox F4. It's like... The wings are like almost the same size as a Matchbox F4. But let's look at let's do the citation. It's the A380's wings are the same size as the whole total wingspan of the citation. That's insane. That's nuts. That's absolutely insane. I find that interesting. I find that very, very interesting. Like, it's huge. Like, this is my hand, right? And it doesn't even fit in my hand. It's bigger than my hand. Like, it's nuts. It's insane. I don't even know if they're going to make, like, a cargo variant of the A380. It's been years since it came out. They even shut down production. So I don't know if there's going to be cargo conversions or something. I don't know yet, but I've heard rumors of it. I don't know. But this is your standard run-of-the-mill Airbus company livery for displays and such. Just their normal house livery, factory livery, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's big. Like, even like these, the horizontal stabilizers. Let me just grab like a measuring tape here. Give me a minute. I gotta find one. Here it is. So, like, even the horizontal stabilizers, like, those are about 3 centimeters long, or like about an inch and a quarter. The wings, I've never actually measured things properly on this channel. It's about 8.5 centimeters long, the wing, or roughly about 3.5 inches. That's crazy. That is beyond crazy. To have a model so big, it's baffling. It's beyond insane. Like it's crazy. Like it's so huge. Like even like this Matchbox fuel truck, it's bigger. Like that's insane. Like it's like if I go to that, like the wings aren't even the same size. Like these are smaller. I get that the A340 is smaller than the A380, but still, it's insane. I mean, the A340, I don't know if you know this about the A340, but it has an entire bottom deck to it. I know it doesn't have windows and all that. That makes it doesn't make it a true double decker. But there's a downstairs area where they actually prep the meals, and there's a couple washrooms down there. Sure, there's main deck washrooms, but there's also staff washrooms. I think it's open to just the staff or passengers too. I don't know, but it's the whole thing. But the thing that gets me is why wasn't the A340 so popular? Like was it too early, or was just the quad jetliner market dying? I mean, the 747-8 did okay in the freight, did really good in the freight market, but not as well as it could have gotten in the passenger market. Like it's sad, really. It's sad, really. The only reason the only market a 747 is good in is those high density populations like China, Japan, South Korea. Those high density population centers where they actually use the 747 for regional flights, which I find very interesting. Here, we use a 777 for transnational routes. We use, because the range, Canada's a big country, and we even use a 737 MAX. Air Canada does that to go to Ireland and Britain and all that. I mean, even British Airways uses an A380 to go from London City to what's it called? New York. But they stop over in Shannon to do a customs check because there's a U.S. customs base there. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah. So A380s, I don't know if they use them for those short range regional routes like what China does in Japan. For those short range routes because the population's so dense. Like even like countries like China are beginning to make their own commuter aircraft just to keep up with the demand. It's insane. But yeah, it's pretty big, and there's actually pretty nice texture on the tail and the Airbus logo. I think it's pretty neat. There was a store, I think it was in Seattle, that had a lot of Daron aircraft, like ones that I haven't even seen. Like there was a Gulf Airlines, can't remember if it was a 737 or not, but it was a Gulf Air. I think it was an A330. Yeah, I think it was a Gulf Air A330 or a 787 one. There was even a Royal Jordanian one that I saw. I know it was at Pike Place Market, and it astounded me. I was like, how on earth are they getting these? Like these are rare where I come from. Even the Pan Am one was rare, and I bought that. I bought that in Calgary on my way home, because I saw it on the way to Europe, and I was like, oh, what should I get? Should I get the MD-11 or the or the Pan Am jet. And I chose the MD-11 on the way to Europe because I was like, oh, it's so rare here that I'm probably not going to see it again. So I got it, and then I got the Pan Am 747 on the way back. But here's an A380. All Daron does is that they keep the same wing. I think they lengthen it. No, they keep the same wing. It's all the same modeling. It's all the same, but they just have an extra 2 engines on the outside, comparing to just the 2 engines. Like even this, the engines are different. These ones have those little flap reversers, the 4 flaps that come out. This one has the proper reversers that go back and forth. But what gets me clueless is why the 747, not the 747, the A380 has 2 thrust reversers, while the A340 has 4 reversers, and the A330 has 2 reversers. So how I go with it is, how to remember it is double decker, 2 reversers, 2 decks, 2 reversers. The A340, the 4 is for the 4 engines and the 4 reversers. 4 times 2 is 8. So that means all it was is they grabbed an A340. This is my theory of how they built it. They grabbed an A340. They lengthened it height-wise, and I think wide length and width-wise as well. They just made the wings bigger. That's my theory as to how they made it. And the engines are a bit more fuel efficient, but I just don't like that it has 2 thrust reversers. It makes no sense to me. Which, it's just freaking weird. But one gripe I have, I'm just looking at the engines here. Because look at the engines. They're fine. But if we go and look at, say, the A380, this engine 1, is completely fine. Engine 2, look at engine 2. It is completely horrendous. It is horrendous. Look at it. Like, it's a mess in there. Even with all the A340 engines, the engines are horrible. Like, look at, there's 2, there's 1, then there's 3 and 4. It's horrible. But even Welly, they're even trying. There's 1. There's it's a bit tough to get this tail engine. 2. And then 3. Like, it's like they even try really well with the 737. Like, they try really well. But it's one thing about Daron that I don't like, is that how they how they butcher the engines on the A330 and the A340. But I still love the A340. Plus, it's Swiss. Why am I Swiss? I'm a citizen of there too, but I live in Canada. It's called dual citizenship. So yeah, I like this one. It's really big. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of. It's big. It's like really big, but I love it. I love it. I love these. I love Daron. I love Welly. They're both really good. And the farthest east I've seen Daron is London Heathrow, actually. In Terminal 5 is where I saw them. Now, of course, it was all British Airways stuff, which was kind of depressing. But yeah, it was depressing to see just only British aircraft there, but I was like, whatever. And fun fact about London Heathrow's Terminal 5, that is where all the Middle Eastern airlines go. And some low-key, and some, not low-key, some smaller European regional flights. Like, when I was there, I was doing a 737, I think it was a 700 or 800 flight to Amsterdam from Heathrow. It's like the same length as a Calgary to Vancouver flight. It's around like an hour, if not 45 minutes. But yeah, it was an interesting terminal, and it smells horrendous. All the perfume shops and all those designer shops, like Gucci's there, Prada's there, all those big rich designer companies, they're all there. They even have all the perfumes and such. as soon as I stepped past the security, I could smell it. Mind you, the security smelled like beer and piss, but whatever. Because of course there's always the odd drunk soccer fan going back across the channel or something like that. But yeah, I like this one. It's really nice. On Amazon there are only 3. This one, the Airbus house livery. There's also Emirates and British, I believe. There's only 3 on there. So I'm gonna look at the Daron website later today. And I will let you guys know in the next video of where you can get these. Because I know that if you go like to your local airport, like local major airport, like say, Vancouver's not really a good one, domestic side, because they just have Air Canada, WestJet, and all that. But if you say, go to Calgary, see, they had 2 stores originally. It's called Who's Who at the Zoo. I don't know if you've been through Calgary and know about it, but Who's Who at the Zoo. So they had one on the domestic side where the Dash 8 Q400s go to the I call it the Costco concourse, because they have it's not really developed. It's just like a whole bunch of like trailers and such, just all built together. But it's for short domestic flights. But anyways, so I had to take the little electric golf cart, like the one that they have like a little road for, to go from the domestic all the way to the international side. I thought I had to go through security again, but no. The little tram just takes you right to the international side. I found it, and I was like, let's go see what they have. Because I asked the staff person, I was like, where did it go? Why did they close it? They're like, oh, COVID closed it. I'm like, oh, okay. Where's the other one? They're like, oh, international departures. I'm like, fuck. Okay, so then I go over there. I go look what they have. And then I see the Pan Am jet. So I buy it. So that's the story behind the Pan Am jet. And this one I got while I was waiting for a across the pond flight. The MD-11, that is. And that was on the way back from Europe. But the thing about Amsterdam, the one good thing I love about Amsterdam's airport is that KLM has its very own store. Has its own store, all full of KLM stuff, all full of airplane models. It is so cool. They even have, I think it's a Fokker 28 cockpit in the store as well. It's pretty sick. Like, I'd recommend going, if you're ever in Amsterdam, I'd recommend checking it out, because it's pretty cool. And it's a good airport. Mind you, once you step outside the doors there, you smell a bunch of fucking Armenians smoking cigarettes and such, and people like that. But also, careful for the taxi scams. Like, there's all these like East Indians, Armenians, Arabs. They're all like, "Oh, come over. We give you a good price for taxi." My brother Ahmed owns a taxi company. I'm like, no. So we found this like nice Eastern European guy to give us a taxi ride into town. So yeah, it was a good experience, but didn't see no A380 though. I can't remember if KLM even has A380s. I don't even think they do have any, but I did see A380s in Heathrow. They're ginormous. Even the 747s. Like, I've never seen the 747 up close. I've seen a 757 from UPS up close. That's a pretty big jet, but I saw an ex-Thai Airways 747. I think it was a 400. It was a converted cargo 747. And they are huge. They are ginormous. Like, comparing to the 737. 737 is like a Cessna comparing to something like a 747 or an A380. Like, it's crazy to see the size of them. Like, okay, I'm going to grab the recognition guidebook for aircraft. I'm going to grab one of those. So it says, I'm just going to tell you the lengths and the dimensions of these aircraft. So I was on an NG. Okay, so wings. This is the 737-700, which I think I was on that day. So it was wingspan is 34.3 meters, or 112 feet 7 inches. Length is 33.6 meters or 110 feet and 4 inches. And height is 12.6 meters or 41.3 inches. 41 feet and 3 inches, my bad. And then the 747-400, its height is 19.4 meters or 63 feet and 8 inches. Length is 70.7 meters or 231 feet and 10 inches. Wingspan is 64.4 meters or 211 feet and 5 inches. So then we're going to see if there's an A380. Yep, there's an A380 in here. And the height for that is 24.1 meters or 79 feet flat. Length is 72.8 meters or 238 feet and 8 inches. That's length. Wingspan is 79.7 meters or 261.4 inches. Well, 261 feet and 4 inches. My bad. I keep thinking it's inches for some reason. Fucking stupid Imperial. If Canada gets taken over by the States, I will literally have to kill someone. I know this channel's not monetized, but I don't care. But it's giving you that perspective and size. Like the 737 is small, but I'm dragging on and it's almost half hour, so I'm gonna cut it here. That's about it. See ya.